What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here at the distance again today. Danny Green versus Paul Briggs IBO Cruiserweight Championship, July 17th. Overall, puts together a challenger, Paul Briggs, who once was like the #1 contender for the WBC Light Heavyweight Championship. Took on Tomas Adamek, had a pretty good fight against him, very exciting fight against Tomas Adamek, gave Adamek some trouble back. And I believe it was in 06. 05, 06, 07, one of those years. I think it was right before Adamek fought Dawson. It was probably in 06 when this fight happened. Now that I think about it, but overall it was a pretty good fight, shootout basically, between both fighters. And Danny Green coming off a victory over Manny Siaka back in April I believe, April 18th. I believe he fought Manny Siaka, knocked him out, and now we have this fight, and this is kind of a fight for Danny Green to stay busy. This is in the cruiserweight division. It's very competitive. It's a competitive cruiserweight division. You have fighters like Matt Godfrey, B.J. Flores, Steve Cunningham, Marco Huck, and you have Guillermo Jones. You have a lot of fighters. I believe Sol Erde is fighting in that division as well. And so you have some decent fighters in the cruiserweight division. And I think Danny Green's probably staying busy so he can get himself in position for one of these big fights and one of these big title opportunities in the future. And who else, other than Paul Briggs? Paul Briggs. What I like about Paul Briggs is he gets full extension on his jab. He gets full extension on his jab, and also he kind of moves a little bit. He moves a little bit, gets full extension on that jab, and that jab, sets up some pretty good power shots. In this fight against Danny Green, he kind of stands in front of you. So in this fight, Danny Green, when he throws his jab, he lunges in. When he tries to get that jab into the body, he lunges in. So with a fighter who gets full extension on his jab, like a Paul Briggs wants to utilize the jab a whole lot in this fight. But not necessarily throw the jab, but maybe a straight right, because he gets full extension on those punches. And that's pretty much the main thing with Paul Briggs is full extension. That's how he needs to fight this fight, just full extension on his punches in this fight. Because Danny Green kind of lunges in when he throws. And also in this fight, he does want to stay away from the right hand of Danny Green. He wants to stay away from the right hand, move primarily to the left, where he throws that jab, where Danny Green throws his jab, but his jab isn't fully extended. It's not necessarily stiff, but it's used to set up his power shots. So in this fight, Paul Briggs wants to fight at kind of an angle, kind of a turn. And I'm doing it the wrong side because I'm left-handed. But being an orthodox fight, he does want to stand at kind of an angle with a fighter who squares up, because with a fighter who squares up and a fighter who's at an angle, it's hard for the fighter who squares up to land the shot against the fighter who stands at the angle. So in this fight, really, I just believe that Paul Briggs needs to jab a lot. Not only jab, counter right hand over the top of Danny Green's left jab, and also pretty much moving forward. Is moving forward with the jab, moving back, moving side to side with the jab. Pretty much, I think all that could possibly give Paul Briggs a victory. Danny Green is the type of fighter that continuously comes forward. He just keeps coming, looking to land that big shot. In this fight, I think he could land the big shot, but in this fight, I think it would be smarter to set up Briggs with the big shot. And also, he doesn't want to take range away, because how it is with Briggs jumps in. And with a fighter who jumps in, you want to counter. You want to counter him coming in, or catch him coming in, so they can be more well aware of what they do and see if they can adjust and make him uncomfortable with those adjustments as well. And in this fight, Danny Green does want it to be an inside fight, but he wants to go to the body to kind of take the range away from the jab. Because if you go to the body, and with a fighter who puts full extension on the jab, if you just maintain a very good body attack on a fighter who puts the jab out there and fully extends that jab, then what you can do is you could take the full extension away, and it takes range away, and this brings more and this brings Danny Green more to the inside and sets him up with more power shots. That's something that he can do in this fight. And also with Danny Green, I think that the jab can set up the big right hand and set up a possible knockout against Paul Briggs. So anyway, with all that being said, what do I think about this fight? What do I think of the outcome of this fight? Outcome of this fight, I'm going to go with Danny Green in this fight. I think Danny Green will retain the IBO Cruiserweight Championship by a decision. I think he'll beat Paul Briggs by decision. I just think that Danny Green, his consistent pressure will be too much. Will be too much for Paul Briggs, and I think that should guarantee him the victory. So anyway, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.